Hey viewers, thank you for checking out this week's Pick a Pile tarot reading. Pile number 1 is the die. Pile number 2 is the jack. And pile number 3 is the poker chip. So take a moment, check with your intuition. What's calling out to you? Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3? See you at your pile. Hey pile 1 viewers, you selected the die, singular. Let's see what games you need to stop playing. Spirit, what messages do you have for pile 1 viewers today? Please make it obvious for pile 1 viewers who selected the die. Thank you. Thank you. Pile 1 viewers. I don't like this new deck. And I shouldn't say that about a deck, but it's, as you can see, it's already bending. No matter how I shuffle it in other directions, other ways, it's keeping that original bend. So I don't feel like I want to take all of those. Okay. Put that over here. Okay, pile 1 viewers. We have 2 reflections, an inspiration, and affirmation. Okay. The 2 reflections cards say, reflect on markers of tangible growth in your life. How can you actually see the ways in which you've changed and all that you've done? Take a minute to honor this effort and your own power to create and transform. The quote here says, what are years if not measured by trees? Mong Lan. I'm just going to move my microphone. I'm sorry if it's getting all muffled for a second here. Sorry about that. Second one is recall your nearest to death experience. What a miracle that we continue through these times. And the quote says, I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay. My one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. Lucille Clifton. Okay, the inspiration card says, to feel disappointed is to have cared. Today, feel compassion for your tender heart and for the gifts of love it offers. And the quote is from Emily Dickinson, and it says, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And your affirmation says, today, just remember, the moment between waves is an opportunity to notice exactly where you are. And Claudia Rankine's quote says, the patience is in the living. And you received the golden egg, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck, and the golden egg is of the spirit element, and it speaks of measuring, not measuring, why'd they say, have me say measuring? The golden egg is, the card itself represents the messages of the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. And when this card comes, it means that you are supposed to check in to yourself, like go into quiet time. They're saying the sound can't be heard and the message can't be received or discerned until you retreat from the noise of modern day life. So the message and the magical essence of this card unfolds when you go into a warmth, quiet place. No rushing, no grasp. Like, so they're showing me, like, for an egg to hatch, right, the mother has to sit on the egg and keep it warm. And not only by her sitting on the egg, it's not only providing warmth, but it's muffling out all the sounds outside, right? Like, even the nest itself is like a sound barrier. There's no rushing, there's no pushing, there's no grasping. So they're making me feel like it is a time for you to go inward. Meditation, yoga, time for introspection and contemplation. And they're saying that engaging with this energy is very advanced practice. So Pile 1 viewers, I'm guessing that you are very spiritual. You know of all the chakras, and this represents the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, Anahata. So really going inward and focusing on that heart center. You know, it requires an intimacy of yourself and your very essence and being vulnerable. So it's also a time for tenderness and tenderness and gentleness for yourself. Okay, so Pile 1 viewers, Two of Pentacles. I mean, if you look at this, it came in reverse, but I want you to look at this visually. It's about balance, work, play, family, leisure, being able to juggle all aspects. But I'm also seeing like there's two ships, right? And she's looking over at this one ship over here. And because showing this card in reverse shows me that you're not paying attention to this other ship here. And these two ships are going to collide. Like they're headed right for each other. And she is just feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or female or however you identify as, it's this energy. So the feminine energy is focusing on one thing and not seeing what's coming from behind, and those two things are going to collide. The Ten of Pentacles is wealth, financial security. Family, too. So these two cards coming out together tells me that there is this stability, this family and financial security is in danger because you're not seeing something that's headed straight on collision for it. So Spirit's having me feel like that's why you really need to, you are very spiritually, like on the, so Pentacles not only represent money and materialistic things, but it's also learning and school education. So they're like, I feel like, again, going back to this first card where it says reflect on markers of your tangible growth in your life. So you are of a very higher awakened spiritual being. And so it's okay. Today, just remember the moment between waves is an opportunity to notice exactly where you are. So they had me read that card again because you're in between waves right now. See, like there's no wave. There's been two waves, as you can see. The first wave is here and the second wave, but there has not been a third wave yet. So because you're in that moment between the waves, you have to take notice of this other ship. Whatever this represents for you, you have to take notice of that. And for that you have to go inward, that big heart chakra, introspective, vulnerable place. You have to go within, shut out the noise of the world. Remember, feel compassion for your tender heart. So remember that this is all confirming everything, that you've got to do this in a very tender and gentle way. But this vulnerability is that message will be heard. Like, you're not aware of what this is, but you have the education and the knowledge to see that. Now, these pick-a-card readings today was the main message, the overall message I just kept getting was no more games, right? And that's why they had me use pieces of like games, right? Poker, a jack, or die. Like the games have to stop. Excuse me. And not saying no way are they saying that you're playing games. That's not, but something is going to happen that you really need to stop what's going on, stop what's going on with you, go into heavy meditation, introspection, contemplation, and quiet your mind and quiet the world around you so you can see what this thing is that's headed for head-on collision. Take advantage of this opportunity where you're between waves right now. But you have to do it tenderly with yourself. Remember, you got to be gentle with yourself. But this is, like, they're having me read this again, where recall your nearest to death experience. What a miracle that we continue through these times. Like, this is truly miraculous. Like, again, they were saying, you know, engaging in this energy is advanced practice. But this magical essence of this egg is truly miraculous, that you are there. Remember, you've grown so much, you can actually see the ways in which you've changed and all that you've done. Take a minute to honor this effort and your own power to create and transform. So with all of that, Spirit is saying, like, let's avoid this head-on collision, this third wave. This is a minor Arcana card, so it can be changed. It's not set in stone. They're making me feel that it's not what's your financial security and foundation, and that's not what's in jeopardy. But whatever this third wave is, you are highly knowledgeable and educated to prevent this. All right, that's hard. Like, I just keep hearing tender, be gentle and tender with yourself, but you are advanced. You are advanced in your spirituality, so you know how and what to do to tap into that vulnerable spot of yourself in your heart chakra. Because there's a message, there's something Spirit is trying to show you to avoid this third wave. Okay, Pile 1 viewers, that's all that I have for you. I hope this helped. Please feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions, and click the like, share these videos, subscribe if you haven't already, and not to sound robotic, but going through that whole like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell. I just want to say I'm truly grateful that you're here, allowing Spirit to relay your messages through me, and continued blessings to you. Pile 1 viewers, love and light. Hey, Pile 2 viewers, you selected the Jack. Thanks for checking out this week's Pick a Pile video. Truly appreciate you being here. Okay, Spirit. What does Pile 2 viewers need to know? What message do you have for them today? Please make it obvious. Two viewers. pre-shuffled the animal spirit cards. This is the gratitude deck. Pile 2 viewers. What messages do you have for Pile 2 viewers today, Spirit? Please make it obvious. So we have an affirmation, and 4 reflections, and then the elk, the deer, and the fish. Okay, so let's read the affirmation. Says, think about some recent thorns you've encountered. What are the roses attached to them? And then the quote here is from Alphonse Carr, and it says, we can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorns have roses. So Spirit's telling me it's all a matter of perspective, right? How do you look at things? When you lost someone that you loved, what did you gain in their absence? And the quote from Helen Keller says, what we have once enjoyed deeply we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes part of us. Looking back, what inner compass has directed you through your life? And what does it have to teach you? Where is your true north? And the quote is from Dan Albergati that says, remember treading water in the center of the still night sea, your toes pointing again and again down, down into the black depths. Today, find a way to thank someone who's been there for you when you most needed it. The quote from Alice Walker says, thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. Think about recent kindnesses you've experienced and how they have shifted your outlook. What are some ways you can be kind to others around you today? And the quote is from Confucius. It says, forget injuries, never forget kindness. Okay. All right, I'll move these down here and move those up. So the elk represents the father aspect on the earth, and the deer represents the mother aspect on the earth. So you have both the mother and father coming out here. And the fish. Nine of Cups. One of the best cards in the deck. Two of Pentacles, but it came out sideways. And now I read that as either you're coming out of being unbalanced or coming into being balanced, but you're not there yet. And the King of Pentacles. All All right, so the King of Pentacles, the Guardian, right? So I don't know why I feel like that's representing the Father. All right, so is this... All right, so you've encountered some thorns lately. You lost someone that you loved. Who was your compass? Was that person your compass? But there's someone still in your life who's been there that you need to thank. Because of the kindness they've shown you, and that shifted your outlook. All right. I don't know why they want me to focus on the fish. So a fish can represent slippery relationships. And you can easily get lost if you don't have a clear goal. All right, pile 2 viewers. They have me feeling that whether it was your father or a father figure or a boss or a mentor, someone in your life has recently passed. But and it's been a very painful time. But you're being reminded to look at it from a different perspective. But in their absence, you've gained something. Because even though they were your true north, it was a very slippery relationship. And Spirit's making me feel like this mother figure who's nurturing and calm and gentle, has tried to help you shift your outlook. So, yeah, this is why the 2 of Pentacles is not like, so it came out like this. So, in the upright position, 2 of Pentacles speaks of being able to juggle all aspects of life, right? And in reverse, it speaks of you're blocked from that. You're not able to balance and juggle. However, your card came out sideways. So, Spirit's making me feel like you've been out of balance and not able to juggle because of this loss. And now they're making me feel like for some of you, it's not actually a death. It's not a death. But you've lost that person who was your true north because you've not been able to handle that relationship. Again, like when you try and grab a fish, they're very slippery. And like They're making me feel like this relationship has been a very slippery relationship. But that slipperiness is based on your perception of looking at things as being thorns rather than roses, meaning you're where was it? Remember treading water in the center of the still night sea, your toes pointing again and again down into the black depths. So they're making me feel like you've been treading water, and water represents emotions, right? You're out in the deep, dark depths of the ocean, treading water at night. They're saying what we have once enjoyed deeply, we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. So I feel like this person who's trying to help you see that it's not a bush with thorns, but a bush of roses. And you're almost there. You're almost coming back into balance. Think about recent kindness you've experienced and how they have shifted your outlook. Forget injuries, never forget kindness. So Spirit is making me feel like whoever this male figure is in your life, you were so focused on the little injuries that you... Okay, so they want me to share a story. Nothing related like this, but this was my life growing up. I was your average student in school, in high school, C's. Yeah, I got A's in the classes that I loved and D's in the classes that I didn't love. So I was a C average student. And senior year, I had classes, I purposely selected classes, all classes that I knew I would love. And so, yeah, I got all A's. But my mother always never acknowledged those A's. She would always focus on the C's or D's and, complain that it wasn't a good report card. And I'm like, well, this report card is all A's. And she goes, but look at the average. They're not all A's because of those. And I just remembered feeling like, why should I even bother then? If nothing I ever do is good enough, why should I even bother? So I don't know if Spirit is having me tell you this story, is this how this male feels for you? Like, no matter, like, they're human, right? This dude, this guy, this dude, I'm saying it's gonna be a male, a masculine energy, male energy. He's probably backed off, saying, yeah, I'm human. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. They don't hand us the how to be the best, whatever, fill in the blank for you. So why should I even bother? Because this person, you, pile 2 viewers, is not remembering the good, not remembering the roses. I mean, this, again, if this person was so horrible, so bad 100% of the time, then this caring, nurturing, gentle person wouldn't be trying to get you balanced about that relationship, right? So there has to be some roses in this dude for this mother to keep trying to help you and show you with kind, like, I just feel like you, pile two viewers, like, these readings. So this pick a pile reading is about no more games, right? It's time. It's like the healing must happen, so no more games. And it is not. Do not interpret this as you're playing games or this person's playing games. That's not what this is. It's about the game of being human. It's like what Spirit's telling me to say is no one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone miscommunicates too. So someone's actions that you feel were thorns, if you actually swallow your ego, check it to the side, and talk to this person without emotions or anger or things, just have a conversation, you will probably realize that they didn't realize that their action hurt you in the way that it did, or that you misunderstood their action. Because this dude is now like, why should I even bother? No matter what I do, it's never good enough. Right? That's, no matter what I do, it's not good enough. So you, Mr. or Ms. Fish, slippery in the relationships, you need to, this card speaks of, you need to set a small goal for yourself and focus on that goal, because in this big deep ocean, where is it? Treading water, right? In this big deep ocean, you're lost because you're looking at that vast expanse of dark water, where just focus on the little tide pool that you're in. Just focus on your surroundings, what's in your universe, not what's in the whole galaxy, just what's within your planet. And never forget kindness. So like, even though this person, you feel this father figure that it's caused you to be out of balance, because you're forgetting the small kindnesses. All you're remembering are the injuries and not remembering the kindnesses. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. So now they're having me. So this is the ultimate goal, right? The Nine of Cups. And there is so much fruit overflowing. Like, there's grapes and strawberries and oranges and lemons and apples and red grapes and green grapes and berries, and she's standing up in the water, right? She's no longer treading water. She's standing, rising up out of the water, surrounded by these cups. And it's interesting to me that there's 6 cups on top and 3 cups on the bottom. So 6 of Cups, innocence, childhood, the past, but it also speaks of growth and emotion. So I feel like for you, Pile 2 viewers, Spirit's showing me that you need to again, like I'm repeating myself here, I know. but their spirit's having me repeat this. You need to stop being out in the middle of that deep, dark, black ocean treading water and come back to the shoreline, to your little tide pool where you can stand up, right? You could stand up, and they want you to think about something that this dude, this man, I'm gonna call him, I don't know, your dad, your father, your brother, your uncle, your boss, whoever this is, you know who it is, you know. This is a general reading, so it could be all of the above for each of you differently. Think of one thing that made you feel like they were your true north, right? How they've directed you. One thing. And thank them for that. Swallow whatever ego you've got yourself sitting in right now and thank them for this one thing. There has to be something, because like I said, there wouldn't be this caring, nurturing woman who's trying to shift your outlook on this person, on this relationship. There's someone out there who's trying to help you. So, going back to him, think of something. Okay, all right, they're showing me a notebook, and so get out a pad and pen and make a list. Start with the things that they've done for you that were roses. Okay? Even if it's only one thing, write that down. And then make a list of just the big things, not the nitty-pitty little, what's the word they want? They said you know the word. All right. I'm going to just leave it at that. Make the list there. And then start with saying thank you to him with that first thing on the list. Let that be the start of the conversation. Thank you for blah, 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 blah. And give him a chance to respond to that thank you, and let the conversation go from there. Because they're going back to this card, she's standing up now, she's speaking her truth, and always speak your truth with kindness and compassion. Let them know where you're coming from, but in a loving and compassionate way. Speak of whatever that they're showing me, your childhood, something. Thank this person for that. And that's going to start this into the motion of coming upright, because then there'll be celebration, the Three of Cups below. But I feel like it's you've been holding on to the thorns and you've forgotten about the roses. So this guy has backed off. He's like, why should I even bother? Nothing I do brings her roses, or him roses. They have me in that energy. They have me in his, whoever this is, I'm in his energy right now. And the love that's there is like, he loves you so much, but he just feels like, why should I even bother? Why should I keep bothering? Because nothing I do is good enough. She is drowning in her own slippery place. And that's why you're out of balance. Because seriously, pile 2 viewers, we have all screwed up. We've all made mistakes. And also, even from growing from them and learning from them, there are still times where we miscommunicate what we're trying to say or relay or do. We should come from a place where we can allow that to happen, because we are all human. Allow them to come back again and try again. Because this is what's kept, you've been out of balance because of this, and you haven't had your Nine of Cups. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you have to say thank you. Shift your outlook on things. Remember that this person that you've lost, they have taught you things that you can be thankful for. And start paying attention to the roses rather than the thorns. Because this is within your grasp. Come from a loving, kind, gentle place. Don't be that slippery fish. Okay, yeah, I don't like being in his energy. That's just sad. So sad. And I know that you don't want to be, like, you don't want to be in this energy either. They have me feeling you now too. You're in ego. He screwed up. He did this and that. But remember when he did this. And remember when he did that. Let that be your first question. What changed? What happened? Why were you like this and now you're not? Something must have happened in his life that has really put him unbalanced. It's a domino effect, right? We are all connected. We are all connected here. We are all soul brothers and sisters. So his path and his journey that he's going on, something must have happened to him. He doesn't, and he's trying to figure it out, work it out, heal it, whatever. And unfortunately, that domino effect, it all trickles down to all of us through, and I just keep hearing communication. Start with thank you. For one thing, just say thank you. And that's going to open that door. Okay, pile 2 viewers, that's all I have for you. That's deep. That's really deep. I hope this helps. Please, if anything, this is for your benefit. Spirit says the games have to stop. And in the game of life, sometimes rules are broken or misunderstood, or game pieces get lost. Then we find them again. We gotta work with what we got, but at least we have to try to do the work. But focus small, baby steps. So you're represented as a fish here. So rather than steps, because you don't have feet, they're saying come out of the ocean, come back to the little tide pool by the shore. I hope this helped. If it did, please click the like button, share this message, and subscribe. I truly am grateful that you're here, so I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing Spirit to use me as a messenger for you to get the messages that you need to hear. Love and light, pile 2 viewers. Take care. Hey, pile 3 viewers. You selected the poker chip. Thank you for checking out this week's Pick a Pile reading. I asked Spirit to provide messages of, what games need to end here. Quit playing games. So, please make it obvious, Spirit. What messages do you have for pile 3 viewers today? You want me to shuffle one more time? What messages do you have for pile 3 viewers? Thank you. Please make it obvious. pile 3 viewers. So we have affirmation, 2 inspirations, and a reflection. Okay. You want any more of these cards for clarification, please? No, I guess that's it. They just want the King of Swords in reverse. Alright, so King of Swords in reverse. Swan card. Alright, let's see. Affirmation. Take a few moments to note a gift or opportunity that you have been ignoring or taking for granted, and give thanks from your heart. Audre Lorde quotes, "We are all more blind to what we have than to what we have not." And we have 2 inspirations here. The world does not begin and end with what you have known of it. There is so much deliciousness you've yet to discover. And the quote is from Laura Foley, and it says, "What luck or fate, instinct, or grace brought me here? In shade, beneath hidden stars." To feel disappointment is to have cared. Today, feel compassion from your tender heart and for the gifts of love it offers. And the quote is from Emily Dickinson, and it says, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all." And the reflection. Think of something that you've been feeling particularly negative about recently. As an experiment, flip the switch. How could this be reframed as a positive? Repeat the positive affirmation to yourself 5 times, or as many times as it takes until you begin to see its truth. And the quote is from Jack Gilbert, and it says, "Everyone forgets that Icarus also flew." I guess I didn't hold up these cards, so let me do that for you so you can screenshot if you want to save these. Okay. So the Swan card, well, the Swan is graceful and beautiful, very loyal, and it pairs with soulmates. But when you get this card, it speaks of your soul calling for solo time. Your inner voice needs to be heard, and your inner vision needs to be realized. So, the King of Swords can be cold and manipulative when it comes out in reverse. So, pile 3 viewers. Have you been cold and manipulative? It's time for you to go inward. It's time for some alone time. All these cards are saying that, right? Take a few moments to note a gift or an opportunity that you've been ignoring or taking for granted. And you have to give thanks from your heart. The world does not begin and end with what you have known of it. There is so much deliciousness you've yet to discover. So, being in this state, you won't see all that deliciousness. But being disappointed, this card says, to feel disappointment is to have cared. So, feel compassion for your tender heart and for the gifts of love it offers. Think of something that you've been feeling particularly negative about recently. As an experiment, flip the switch. How can this be reframed as a positive? So pile 3 viewers, as I was saying, this pick a pile reading for today is quit playing games, right? Spirit is saying no more games. And I've said that in each pile so far, and it's not necessarily meaning that you're playing games, but being in this energy, King of Swords in reverse, manipulative and whatnot. Spirit is saying it's time for you to do some solo time. Go inward. And you need to take that moment and that opportunity and look what you've been taking for granted. You've been disappointed. So again, everything is heart. Give and thanks from your heart. Tender heart. Yeah, so I feel like Spirit's just saying for you, this game has to stop, meaning you need to flip the switch, look at the things that have been negative in your life, and see how you can look at them from a positive frame, a positive perspective. But you're gonna have to go inward for that. You're gonna have to tap into your inner voice and your inner visions, because there's so much you're missing out on, this deliciousness. Like, he's even standing in this dark, foggy place. Barren is the word. Barren place. He's got, his crown is even like thorns. Very opposite of this, wouldn't you say? I mean, these are very opposite cards. Spirit is saying, your soul is calling. It's time for some solo time. And they're pointing out the reflection of the swan. So it's not just a card of the swan, but it's time for you to reflect, go inward. Your heart chakra is what I keep hearing. You need to go into that place. Because where you're at now is preventing you from that deliciousness the world has. And they're showing me, like, when you come out of this energy, and being thankful for the opportunities that you've had taken for granted, and feeling compassion and the gifts of love that it offers, that's where it's saying, and for the gift of love it offers, when you come out of this energy in a more positive, caring, compassionate, thankful place, that's when Spirit will bring you your partner, your soulmate. who you're supposed to be. And if you're with someone and this is your person that you're supposed to be with, I feel like it's gonna be a more better relationship. They're gonna be a reflection of you, right? They're gonna mirror you. The love and heart and compassion and thankfulness and positive, they'll be a reflection of you, which will be a better relationship. That's all I have for you, Pile 3 viewers. I hope this helped. Please click the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. The bell notification tab as well. And I just want to say that I do not take you for granted. I am truly grateful and appreciative, and thank you for checking out my YouTube channel and watching my videos. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to our next energy exchange. Love and light, Pile 3 viewers.